This is the intro that our hearts and desire. Why?
Huh? Have you started? You ain't got comfortable.
I know. I was talking to someone today, and they were asking what our intro's like, and I just looked at them blankly, and they went, "What's the problem?" I went, I ain't got an intro, mate. This is just what it is.
It is what it is, and that's why it's cool, because you're not like, oh, let's skip the first 10 seconds, because that stupid theme tune.
I know.
It's like, let's just see what fucking bullshit they've come up with this time.
I had 2 days off, and I was going to look at making an intro, but I just couldn't be bothered.
It makes it more fluent. We just start and we go, right, we're in, and then we ramble.
You're in. You're sat here with us. Is that your vape tied around your neck?
Yes.
That is pathetic.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Well,
Did that come with it?
No, I was given it.
He's done it on purpose.
I was given this by a friend. Shout out RJ, and I figured I would stick it to my vape for a laugh.
Yeah.
But then I realised how convenient it is.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it's just going to stay there for a while.
So that's a bum bag, but for your vape.
Yeah,
basically.
it's pathetic.
That is incredible. I've never seen that, but I can imagine that taken off.
Yeah, it's very silly. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, but it means you ain't got to have it glued to your left hand.
Yeah, it's just there when I'm bowing about. Obviously,
Yeah.
I put it in my pocket, but when I'm working or whatever, I'm walking around. It's just there, not getting dirty in my pocket
It's
inside.
the equivalent of like
It's pathetic. I know it's pathetic.
I know, but you know when the teachers have the lanyards around them and they've got like everything attached to them, the fucking sofa, the kitchen sink, it's just that. But with
And it's
a vape.
good when I'm at home, because I'm constantly like putting it down on the sofa and it's going down the side. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, where's that gone? I'll just, there it is. Lovely.
That's Mark's favourite noise. That.
I know it is. That's why I did it. Plunger head.
Oh, plunger boy. Yeah.
He's got a plunger on his head.
He got a bit pissy this morning because he put sun cream on his bald head, but he weren't rubbing it in, and he weren't letting me rub his head. It was a heated debate. He got angry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Congratulations to all the gentlemen out there, by the way. We made it. Season starts tonight. Premier League football is back, baby. Obviously, sorry, Sam. I know your season started last week with you being in the Championship and all that bollocks. Didn't get the greatest of results, but there you go. You know, fingers crossed you come back up. But for the elite...
What did they lose?
No, they drew.
Oh.
They might have played twice by the time we've played, to be honest. For the elite Premier League football teams, starts off tonight with Burnley Man City. Vincent Kompany starting manager career in the Premier League against his former side, so that's an important game. Can't wait to watch that. And also the big hitter tomorrow is West Ham Bournemouth, or should I say Bournemouth West Ham?
What a fantastically huge game is that?
Yeah,
West Ham Bournemouth.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose, but I'm optimistic, pessimistic, and excited in one tidy package.
Yeah.
So Premier League football's back, baby. And you said you were going to get into football, so now it feels the right time.
What, did I not drop some fucking knowledge bombs when you come in today?
Yeah, but it was just
some
wrong.
Transfer fucking news.
Yeah, you said Harry Maguire and is he the Declan Rice replacement?
Kane's gone to fucking Bayern Munich as well.
He hasn't.
He has?
He hasn't.
He has?
He hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
Check your fucking wherever you check, because he has.
It got cancelled on the way there, and he's had to wait for
ain't been cancelled at all.
It has.
Al Nassr have had their fucking transfer shit. They can't buy anyone or sell anyone until their debts have been cleared. So that's another little bit of fucking info.
But you thought Harry Maguire was a replacement for Declan Rice?
No, I was taking the piss.
No, you wasn't.
I was, because I knew that you hadn't fucking bought anyone at any point, and Maguire was just such a weird one to buy.
He's a good player. He'll be good for us. I'm not being funny. We're signing James Ward-Prowse from Southampton, who's one of the best free kick takers in the world. So he's by default one of the best set piece takers in the world. You've got Harry Maguire's massive head. So you get the best corner taker in the world, free kick taker in the world,
with his fat wedge of a head,
and you wang it on slab head, and it's a goal,
and it's in.
So it's
a decent.
That
play.
is Brexit football. Well, bastard West Ham are back.
Well, we'll see that tomorrow, then, won't we? In action.
Yeah, we'll see it tomorrow. We won't see it tomorrow because Harry Maguire ain't signed yet, and even if he signs now, it's too late yet to be registered by 12 o'clock today.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Yeah, is what it is.
Well, so we can't play this season.
Yeah,
we just have to wait.
No, you have to be registered for next week's games.
I see. Football.
But yeah, I remember you saying you were trying to get into football.
But whenever I talk to anyone about it, they just fob me off.
I'm not fobbing you off. I'm excited.
I know you're not fobbing me off.
I'm saying now's the best time.
Anyone else at work, when I bring it up, they fob my arse off. They go, no, you don't know what you're on about.
Well, no, that's why the whole point of learning, isn't it? The season starts tonight, so Burnley Man City, whether you watch that or not, it's another whatever, but Saturday tomorrow. Good games, good football. I think Chelsea-Liverpool start off on Sunday.
We don't care about Chelsea on this podcast at all.
Yeah, well, we don't care, but it's still good to watch two big teams go
It's
at each
never
other.
good to watch Chelsea.
Okay, fuck Chelsea.
That mid-table fucking team.
Yeah, they are shit. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea.
Anyway, as always, this is a gaming podcast. It's been quite an exciting week, really. Me and Ash dipped both sets of nutsacks in the world of Remnant 2. And what a fantastic little fucking AA game that we've got in our hands here.
Annoyingly, your fault that made me buy it. You kept going on about it. You should buy it, you should buy it. I said no. And there's a geezer at work who was banging on about it. It's funny that the two people that have convinced me to buy it, neither have had it or owned it.
I have.
Yes, we'll
Yes.
get to that. But at the time, and I was like, right, no. And then I crumbled and bought it. And then I allowed myself to beta test it so no one else had to waste their money.
He was my knight in shining armour because I was about to pull the trigger and he said, no, hold on, boy. I'll beta test this for you and then I'll let you know. Yeah. Let me fucking quickly grab up the message that you sent to me.
Mm-hmm. It was king shit.
It was great. Let's have a look. You sent me a picture of your geezer standing there and it said beta test complete. And then it said, the next message was, don't get it. So I then responded with, you don't like it, ? And then you said, ... unless you don't want to play anything else for quite some time, this shit is liquid gold. Mm-hmm. And I said, lol, it's good then, yeah. And you said it's got a special sauce.
Special sauce.
And I can confirm, the sauce is special.
The sauce is special.
Sauce is special and it's tasty.
Mm.
I like it.
Cover my body in it.
I'm a big fan of this game.
It's got a bit of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It's got a bit of the grind that we like. It's got a bit of the shoot. The shooting mechanics are nice and crisp.
It's got the grind for a reason. It's got skill points, different gear, rings,
Classes,
many rings,
artifacts,
hidden
relics,
classes, weapons,
secrets.
Oh
puzzles.
God, the fucking
Dogs.
environments look cool. It's randomly generated puzzles
in a good way.
Yeah, the puzzles are fucking decent. The puzzles actually aren't crazy difficult, but aren't mundane either.
We worked it out.
We did it got a bit heated, but we did a puzzle.
You just shouted at me.
He said he was going to come round my house and kill me.
I didn't. I said I'll put a glass around your head. Because I kept telling me to shut up. I was just trying to put input in. I was just trying to put my piece across, and he was like, right, we'll do this together. But whenever I come up with a session, it suggests he's like, shut up. Just shut up. And I let the first three go. I was like, if he says it again, and he said it again, I was like, no, I'm cross.
And then we got it.
And then we got it though.
A nice little puzzle. Some fucking. We was basically playing a flute.
Come in clutch with your last suggestion because I was all out of options at that point. I didn't know what else it could be.
Figured it out. It's quite. It's a very engaging game. It's one of those where I played the first couple of hours on my own, and enjoyed it. But I think I messaged you saying that I was scared because I just felt alone. I was like, I'm in this scary world on my own. I want a friend with me. And, definitely playing it with someone else because it's up to 4-player co-op. Oh, God, it's fun.
It's very fun.
It's tasty.
It's very good. Like it's got that perfect drop-in, drop-out co-op where it doesn't matter if I watch football tonight and you play for fucking 10 hours. And then I can drop in your game at any point and just I'm benefiting from playing with you anyway because I'm gathering the loot.
And then vice versa as well. So if you've done a load of shit, I can drop into your game, blah, blah, blah. I'm not 100% sure how it works if you're past a certain point, like ahead of me, if I can join you and interact with that point.
Doesn't matter.
Because it's all completely random, innit?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can join at any point in any part of the game. But like I say, my biome might have different bosses to yours.
Yeah. Because there's I won't spoil anything, but there's a subclass that you can unlock.
Loads of different subclasses, like 3 or 4.
And one of them is one of the easiest ones to unlock. I can't remember what it's called, but literally the guide said when you first start the game, you can reload your campaign. So just keep changing the biome.
Re-roll it.
Yeah, and it says just keep re-rolling it until you get this certain area, and then you're as your starting area, and then you're good to go. Which I won't do because you find it organically. It's just if you want to be in a rush.
I think that's the adventure mode in it. When you do the first boss, you unlock adventure mode, and then you can just keep re-rolling the biomes.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the fun from this game is the discovery.
Yeah, man.
And the guides can't spoil shit. You can say that this is here and that's there, but in reality, you've got to find it yourself. Because you can't just follow some fucking walkthrough because the biome's different.
That altar vendor thing that we found where you bought your gloves, one of them, it had that book that you could buy. That is a subclass.
Oh.
You can buy that, and then you take it to Ward 13, hand it into whoever, and then he gives you a thing which you can exchange to... can't remember what one it is. That fly's fucking annoying.
Yeah, and me.
I think it's just gone. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, that was one of the ways to do it.
I wish I'd known that. I wasted it all on gloves.
Well, apparently if you're back in that area, when the blood moon starts, which I'm not really sure what that means.
Is that what it is?
I'd imagine so.
Because in my game, them fucking... There was like blue fly bug things.
Yeah, you kill
Every time
them.
I shot them, it was shooting me with blood moon essence things.
Yeah.
I didn't know why I got them.
Yeah, no, they're called wisps. Wisps, I think. And you kill them to get the essence. Because obviously I was dotting around going, where the fuck are you supposed to get these?
Yeah, I didn't know it was under a certain criteria.
Yeah,
I just thought
yeah.
they were there.
But
So
I don't know
another cool thing.
I don't know what the blood moon, how you activate it.
No.
Characters are cool. The emotes are cool. Character customization is a little bit lacking, but ultimately it's not really an issue, especially the fact that I'm a medic, so I got a big old fucking like gas mask thing on.
You're going to be wearing shit anyway. I nearly bought that gas mask helmet you had anyway, but I opted for the other gas mask.
The Ash has gone with a class called Handler, so he's got a German Shepherd
My favourite dog,
bossing
by the way.
around with him. Yeah, it looks fucking sick. I was tempted to pick it, but I was like, no, we can't be mobbing around like both of us playing the same thing. Let's have a little bit of pizzazz.
We've got a secret sauce in our synergies as well, because you've got... I think I can get you... I can definitely res you if I haven't used it myself, because it allows me to send the dog to you, but it's got a thing that says can't revive, but that's obviously because I've used mine. But then, yeah, you can heal, the dog can res. The main reason I went for Handler, not that I've looked anything up on Remnant, but long before I bought the game, like a month ago or whenever, I was watching some videos and it said that, I think this was in the first one as well, that it's like the most solo friendly class, because you can get a res off the dog.
Yeah, you can get a res, and
I didn't know if anyone else was going to be playing it with me, so I thought, well, fuck it, because it is a tough game, man. Like, I've done quite a few bosses on my own. That boss that we done,
that was a tough one.
In the water, that was significantly harder when I done it with you than it was with me. Obviously, the bosses and stuff scale, so I think it had a lot more health.
Because there's levels in this game, like your character levels up, and then you can also get traits, so standard things like health, stamina, but then you have like cooldown duration, and you can unlock other traits like we did last night, where first time you revive someone, you get a revival talent tree, like traits, where it just decreases the revival speed. Increases your revival speed. And God knows how many other ones there are that you can unlock doing whatever. So it all scales to when you're joining someone else's team. So there's effectively little way to like boost someone, which I think makes it so much better, because again, like you said, you can fuck off and do whatever you want. I can do whatever I want. If we're completely different levels in different parts of the game, it don't matter, because we can just play like join.
I'm on the second biome. I had no idea, or my second biome, not necessarily the second. But when I finished the world boss, it said, "Oh yeah, go touch crystal, whatever." So I touched crystal, and it just spat me out in the next biome. I didn't know I was in the next biome. I was like, "Oh, this must be like I don't know, a fucking little level thing." No, I spent about 30 minutes in there before I realised this is a whole new level. Yeah. So that's when I went back to the one that we was in. But yeah, not everyone rolls that same first thing, so we just happened to roll the same first one.
Yeah, because the exploration of it, I think, is quite cool. So on your map, on your mini map and your normal map, anything you haven't explored is fucking redded out. So obviously when you explore it, that red like opaqueness of it disappears. And yeah, if you go to a new biome, you can go back to any other biome that you've already been to and fucking keep discovering all the shit there. You don't miss out on anything, which I think is quite cool. That fear of FOMO isn't there, which I love. I love that. Just calming.
From what I've read, the game gets like deeper and deeper and deeper the longer it goes on for as well. And you think, starting to max this out and that out, and then something else unlocks and it opens up loads more stuff. And
just think of all the builds and shit that you can roll into as well.
There's all sorts of bleed builds.
The fact that it has builds means that it must be quite in depth.
It's a very end game heavy game. You know what I mean? This is early stages of it. But yeah, I've never really understood. Obviously, I know what Remnant 1 was, and I watched a lot of videos on it. I never pulled the trigger on it, even though it was free on PS Plus for quite a while.
Yeah. I think I tried it, and I couldn't get on with it.
Yeah, it's just I've never understood what Remnant was supposed to be, because it was like a big mixed match of everything. And even when I was watching the videos of Remnant 2, before you said about buying it, I had it on my radar. But I was looking at it, and I was like, I don't see... Like, the shooting looks a bit blare. It just doesn't... I can't see the appeal. It looks very plain. But when you're actually playing it, it feels nice, doesn't it?
So good.
It feels satisfying.
It feels really good. And then you can get like mods for your weapons. So, for example, Ash has got one where when you shoot it, it like flings a tentacle out the ground that does some fucking decent damage. And then I've got one where like a grenade launcher, but it's a healing grenade, but it doesn't explode until it comes into contact with someone. So you can ricochet it off a wall, and then someone else can run up to it, and it just feels so satisfying.
Very satisfying,
I think. And the enemies, like killing the enemies, feels really good. The guns feel really good. That the aim assist feels really nice in this game. You can feel it snapping on, but not like forcibly.
Yeah,
it just feels good, man. And you can't jump in this game either. So there's no fucking jumping around, but which I think makes it feel less clunky.
Yeah.
Because it is just pure movement on the ground. You can only roll. You can climb shit and stuff, and you can jump off of ledges, but actual standing still and jumping is not an option.
I only found out yesterday that you can crouch and peek over edges.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of behind cover combat and stuff like that. All like the subtle musical tunes, cues. When a big boss drops in, it goes boom, because there's not a big boss, but an elite enemy. So like this is a tanky enemy drops down, and you're like, there's one about. Where is he? Where is he? And they do different things.
Yeah.
That geezer that I said to you yesterday, he throws his art at you, and you've got to shoot it. It took me so fucking long to realise that was what I was doing, because I was shooting him, not taking no damage off him. I didn't understand. It took me ages to realise that I was supposed to shoot his art, that he was throwing at me like a grenade.
Right, it's crazy. This isn't a AAA developer. This is a AA developer, which sounds weird saying, especially in the world of gaming. You don't really give that much fucking credit to anything that isn't AAA, but this shit is just, it's so good. I mean, I'm just quickly like breezing over. It's Gunfire Games that make Remnant 2, responsible for Darksiders, all of those different editions.
Darksiders,
very fun game. And it's the so far the standard and the quality of what we're playing. Visually, it is good. It's not going to fucking blow you out the water. It's not crazy. It's got a performance mode. It's got a fucking quality mode. It's got a balance mode. The standard shit that you would want. But it's just how it actually feels to play it with someone else and on your own feels so much better than so many games that you and I have both played that were AAA releases. And I just feel like this has flown sort of under the radar, but not under the radar at the same time. I think Baldur's Gate 3 has sort of overshadowed this one. But that's another almost not AAA game that's come out, which is just completely fucking up the whole gaming scene, which I love. I think it's great for this type of shit. I'm hoping that AAA developers actually look at this and go, yeah, we need to step it up a bit. Yeah,
it's very good. There's no, I haven't, apart from yesterday when it wouldn't let me find you and I had to restart the game. There's been no bugs. I've had no frame drops on it. Visually, yeah, it's all right. It's not. It doesn't. I'm not a graphics whore anyway. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, it's definitely passable. And when it's procedural generation, you're not expecting fucking.
And this is
thing. Yeah.
I bought this off of Amazon for 40 quid, brand new, 40 quid. You got it on the PlayStation Store for what was it, 45?
Yeah.
So this isn't even a full PS5 games now. You're expecting 70 quid minimum.
But you can get the Ultimate Edition for less than so the Deluxe Edition was 50, and the Ultimate Edition was like 55 or 60, and that came with 4 DLCs released within the year.
And one of the subclasses one of the subclasses, but you can unlock it without
In-game,
having to
yeah.
buy it anyway. I think it's the Gunslinger or something like that.
I didn't get the deluxe version because one of the main draw points for the deluxe was early access. I was like, well, the game's out.
There's no point.
I'm trying to save money anyway.
I didn't even know that there were other editions, to be fair.
But I was like, fuck it. I don't need all that other stuff. I like to grind out. Anyway, it's the whole point of games. I don't like when you buy a game and you buy like you get pre-order bonus or it's a special edition and it's like, you get fucking some sword early. You get a sword straight away. You get armor straight away. Yeah. I don't like using it because it's always more powerful.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm cheating. I'd rather just play. Yeah, I like having the stuff. I don't like using it.
A class is something that I can get on board with because it's not that step ahead. It's just that different bit of variety, especially when it's something that you can unlock normally.
Yeah, but like I say, once again, if that was only available through that, then it might be a problem. But it's not. So I'd rather unlock it because it's something else to look for.
You're erring on the edge of pay to win when you start having classes that you can only unlock that you can pay for. But yeah, 40 quid for a game of this caliber, and it is somewhat premature, but it's got good reviews, it's got good scores. I
think the consumers have spoken. Oh no, that's a disaster. The consumers have spoken a lot more highly than.
What's the disaster?
My vape juice ain't arriving until the 22nd of August. What's the date?
Oh no,
that is fucking terrible. Cause
what's gonna happen? So it's the fucking 11th now. What's gonna happen? You're gonna run out of juice.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be arriving on the 22nd of August.
Is that your only bottle left?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Well, I'm just cancelling the shit out of it, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
Well, I can't fucking wait 11 days.
Well, how much juice have you got?
There's a little bit in that bottle.
Oh, he's getting the jitters already.
Cancel the shit out
Oh
of
no.
this.
The withdrawals are kicking in. How much was that juice?
Well, each bottle's like 14 quid.
No.
Cancel. Reason would not arrive on time, but it was supposed to be next day in delivery.
Oh, Scheisenhauser.
You slag.
Oh.
Sorry, what was we saying?
Remnant 2.
Yeah, but what was we was gushing about saying, no?
Everything about it.
I don't know.
Do you want me to pause it and rewind?
No. This isn't probably what I was talking about, but nevertheless, the class is like, because that's a thing you can buy with the pre-order thing. I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice by buying it because it's another thing to get in the game. It's another thing to grind out for. It's more time invested.
Yeah.
And this game has come at the perfect time because obviously September is in a couple of weeks, and that's when Starfield comes and swallows me whole and packs me up in its tiny little tummy.
Swallows us all.
And then Baldur's Gate, which I'm all hyped for on the console though, because that's just where I prefer to play my games. And then Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty at the end of the month. So I've got a good solid 3-4 weeks to just pound the life out of this. But I feel like this is not going to be a game that I just go, now they're out, I'm not playing it no more. I feel like it's got that special sauce, as I said, where I feel like you could it's simple enough to just jump back in and be like, it's just shoot and it's not like, fucking hell, like Diablo or some mechanics. What was my build? I feel like it's simple enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's got enough depth, but you could jump in again and not be overwhelmed by what you was doing.
We got to see what the end game style is like, because I don't actually know what happens at the end. Does the game just stop, or is it?
So as far as I know, I haven't looked into it, but I know the end game is where the game is, basically, so to speak. And I think it consists of getting more gear, because
as most games are,
and re-rolling your worlds to find more bosses, because people are playing it for 120 hours and still not finding bosses that or still discovering bosses that they've never seen before. I don't know. We happened to fight 2 of the bosses that I fought yesterday, but I don't know how many more bosses there are possible in that biome, if they're always the same bosses. But I know there is multiple bosses that you have to go.
Yeah, well, we also fought that fucking weird tree thing, didn't we? Just the big,
Yeah, I killed that on mine as well.
big bud thing.
Yeah, the big tree.
It's
but
a
yeah, I
fun
don't
game.
know. I don't know what your final boss is.
I ain't got a fucking clue.
Exactly. So your end boss might be different to the one I thought. He's a bitch if it's the same one. I didn't like that. I enjoyed it when I done it. It's that Elden Ring, that Dark Souls euphoria when you're like, fucking have that, you cunts.
Yeah.
Because he was smashing me about, and it had mechanics, man. It had I won't go into specifics because we'll probably fight it or we'll do it together. But it had a wipe mechanic, you know, that you had to avoid. Otherwise, you're one shot.
It's got that. It's definitely got that Soulsborne-esque little fucking spice to it, where, like, for example, there's various checkpoints throughout the game, very much like how Elden Ring would work, or any Soulsborne for that matter. And such as the same, when you fucking ding one of them, it refills all your shit, but every enemy in the area fucking resets. So you got to be somewhat tactical with what you're doing. You do run out of ammo, but it also drops plentiful if you're a little bit more smart with what you're doing. And yeah, like Ash just said, the bosses do have mechanics. This shit isn't just spray and pray. You've got to actually sort of think about what you're doing. Not massively so far, but there's definitely stuff that you need to take into account, which I think makes those encounters even more rewarding. Like you say, if they're difficult, then it's great when you kill them. If they're difficult and they've got mechanics, and you manage to do both of those things in terms of killing it and fucking not being done in by mechanics, it feels even better. So yeah, I think for the price range, I fucking 100% recommend it. It's not crossplay. That's not coming yet. I don't think it's been ruled out. But if you've got a spare 40 quid, then bang yourself on Amazon and fucking buy the games, because it's fantastic.
I think that it is a fucking phenomenal game at the moment, and I can't see it getting. It's everything I like. I like challenging games. What setting are you playing it on, by the way?
Veteran.
Yeah, veteran,
Same as you.
Yeah. So it's like the second one up.
It literally goes when it. I can't remember what the first one is, but then you got veteran and then whatever, and then when it like hell mode or something, and the description at the bottom just said good luck.
Yeah, you can even Iron Man it.
Yeah.
So you get one life. Fuck that. But yeah, I think it's a fantastic game. I think it's only going to get better. Remnant 1 is like a cult classic. I can't see this being any different. It's got everything I like. It's Dark Souls difficult.
One of those hidden time killers until Starfield, which I feel like could be a little bit more than a time killer, especially if they're throwing out DLC and various patch updates and things like that. Because that's the beauty of having a build mechanic. Not like Fortnite building, I mean like an actual like ability style build, like class builds, where that tweaking in patches is so much more present, because you can tweak a lot more shit, you can add new shit, you can take stuff away. There's much more you can do rather than just having this class does exactly this and only this, and this class does this.
Also, I don't know what the content DLC and stuff was like on Remnant 1. But as I said, reading through that, it said 4 DLCs within the first year. So quick enough to go, yes, jump straight back into that.
It seems like a seasonal type of thing.
And yeah, I just think the content is already massive.
I feel like you could get some real good PvP in there as well. If that was a mode that was thrown in, I feel like you could get, like I say, with the classes, you can get some real decent, like arena-styled battles in there. I feel like it would be quite cool. Like you could like travel into your own biome, but like have PvP on. And because they're all randomly generated, someone could also travel into your biome, and then it like it'd be nice if it like popped up saying such and such has entered your, like when you get invaded, basically. I feel like they could incorporate something like that into those styles of game.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. The invasion mechanic would be a really good implementation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that game's got all the.
It's also got friendly fire.
Yeah, which is a rarity these days.
I don't know if you can turn it off or not, nor would we want to. But there was a couple of times where, say, I've got an LMG as my main gun, so I'm just fucking holding down the trigger, and then either Ash's dog or his fucking skull pops up in the fucking line of fire and then just gets popped in the back of the head.
My poor dog, man.
Watched his dog get crushed by a wall.
I've shot my dog many times. Man.
Yeah, it's good, man. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It was a good purchase by us. But that's enough sucking the cock of Remnant 2, I feel like.
Yep. Okay, moving on to the... I want to talk about DayZ again. Because there's been some adventures, is there not? Yeah. So basically I sent Rhys some footage of what happened to me.
You're too fucking nice. I told you, we went over this. Too fucking nice. People take advantage, and they have.
So I had a character. He'd been alive for probably like 10, 12 hours. It was a long time. Probably longer than that, actually. It was a good few nights of gaming. And he was alive and kicking, and I was geared. I had so much military gear and stuff. And I had gone quite south on the map, which is where the better loot is. I come across a town, and I saw a man in the distance running down the street. So I ducked into a little military tent, grabbed some stuff, and I was going to ignore him. I thought, I don't like not knowing what people are up to or their motives. I don't like leaving people just running about while I'm doing stuff. I don't know what his plan is. So I figured I'd meet him in the middle of the road. So I said hello. He didn't have a mic in, but he come over and he was acknowledging me with rapid head movement.
He's probably nodding away.
And rapid crouching. So yeah, I said, are you friendly? He nodded. I said, Kushti. And then I see a little geezer come running in behind him and then ran round the side of the house. I thought he went in the house. I said, is that your pal there? He said, no. I said, well, we'll go and have a look, see who it is. He didn't say anything. He just shook his head. So I went in the house, nowhere to be seen. Asked him, are you friendly? Friendly? No answer. So I went back to matey and I said, do you need anything? He said, no. Well, he shook his head. And then I heard his tummy rumble, as you can hear that. I was like, you need some food? And he nodded. I was like, all right, let me get you some food. And as I was about to get him some food, some fucking cunt shot me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But because I got armor plated vest on, I got army helmet on. It's hard to kill me. You can't one tap me unless you got like a fucking very powerful sniper rifle or something. So I was like, you bastard. So I ran into a warehouse that I was right next to. Ran into the corner, shut the doors. There's a zombie in there. Took that out with my silenced SMG.
Yep.
Gangster. So I ran into the corner. I wasn't bleeding or nothing. And me pal followed me. And I went in my menu to drop him a big fat juicy steak. And the motherfucker started swinging a pickaxe.
Wailing on you.
Yeah. The traitorous fuck.
He thought, I'll take advantage of this half-health geezer.
Yeah, he thought, because that's the thing, you don't know how much health I've got.
Yeah.
He knows I've just been shot. He probably thinks I'm about to get a bandage out or something.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting you a steak out.
Yeah.
And he fucking shot he hit me with a pickaxe, so I shot the shit out of him.
Yep.
Traitorous fuck.
You can hear him on the mic going, you bastard. You fucking bastard.
You traitorous bastard.
Yeah, what an evil way.
And then I did record the next interaction, but it didn't go on my app for some reason. But there was then there was another guy. Oh yeah, so what actually happened next was I heard rustling outside. So I opened the door, and that fucker that shot me originally, I think they were friends. I think they were in party chat or some shit. And they lured me into the road and got his pal to shoot me. Anyway, I heard him outside. So I run out there, shooting him, missed, got my other gun out, went to shoot it, fucking gun jammed, started whacking me up again, made me all bleed and that. I managed to take him down anyway, so I took them two down, ran indoors, fucking hell, bandaging up, and then I heard a voice, he said, yo, big man, do you mind if I loot this body out here? And I'll be on my way. And I was like, right, as long as you're not going to come here and shoot me, do what you want, I don't care. And then he came in, so aiming my gun at him. And he was like, no, I'm friendly. I was like, this is what these fucking two geezers just said. Now they're both dead.
Yeah.
So
look around you. Look what's just happened.
Exactly.
This could be you, bitch.
You should be very careful because now I'm proper like
on edge.
Yeah, I'm well on edge.
No one's a friend now.
Fucking, he's got a lot of gear, man. I've been playing him for like a week. And then 2 other fucking geezers coming out of nowhere. So now there's 3 of
Where the
us.
fuck is all these people
I don't
coming
know.
from?
I've probably seen like 3 people on my whole play session.
They
Now
all
I've seen
popped out now.
5
Fuck me.
people. Yeah, so three people now in a room, right? One of them's got a motorcycle helmet on. He's the geezer that I was originally talking to. He's the only one with a mic that was communicating. So I like went up the stairs of this warehouse where you can still see everything. One of them was like waiting under the stairs. I was like, "You waiting under there for me?" Well, he didn't acknowledge me. Anyway, I said, yeah. So I backed up, and then a couple of them started coming upstairs. I said, no one comes upstairs or you get shot. So they ran back down rapidly. But then they're all just standing in there, just like looking up at me like I'm Julius Caesar, like I'm their leader or something. So then I had a Julius Caesar moment, and I was like, right, here's what's going to happen. You 3 are going to fight to the death, and whoever wins is going to get guns and supplies. Like, that is how it's going down.
Yeah.
So I got a Uzi or silenced SMG or whatever you can have, food, water, everything, but only for the winner. So these two geezers started wailing on motorbike man. It was like bullying. They just started whacking him up, knocked him out, and then they tied his hands up with
electrical cord.
No, the tape, rubber tape, whatever you call
Duct
it.
tape.
Duct tape. Yeah, they tied his hands up, and when he got up, he was like trying to get to the door to get away while his hands are all bound and that, and they fucking locked him in, and then they just book it in turns. Like one punched him in the back of the head, and the other one was punching him in the front. They just ping-ponging him about. Yeah. Anyway, he died, and I felt sorry for him, to be honest with you. But I think they saw him as the threat because he had head protection. That's why they took him out.
That was the criteria that was met.
Yeah. So then them 2 started wailing on each other. So I was like egging them on. Yes, get him, hit him. There's guns on the line. Come on. But then the fight came upstairs while they were still scrapping. They were punching their way along the gantry. Come close to me. When they got close to me, both fucking turned round.
They both spun.
Both run at me. Both fucking run at me. So I just mowed them down. So that's like 5 bodies in the same building that I just mauled.
Yeah.
But at this point, I was in bad shape. So they got a few hits off, and I was in bad shape. So I came out the back of the barn as I got to move, and I limped across this fucking field, and I saw another person. They like ran away. So I was like, thank fuck for that. I laid down in this little shed, done my wounds and that, and then I moved to a house a bit further out of town. I just wanted to get away from that town because it was nuts. And then I was repairing my clothes in a building, which I sent you. And I think someone must have seen me go in there, man, because then geezer just opened the door, waited a few seconds, come in, bang, 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 dead.
Popped you out. You were done.
I watched the clip back, and I got a good few shots off on him, but he was just too heavily geared.
Yeah.
And I think he had an AUG and he had MVGs. He was geared up. But yeah, it was. I wasn't even mad. I was like, that was a good life. I really enjoyed that.
I took out the people I wanted to take out.
I didn't want to take them out.
Well,
they brought that upon themselves. Do you know what I mean? I took a few people out.
It's shoot on sight.
Well, now it is.
It's just shoot on sight. That's where we're different. I'd talk to them, but there would be no there'd be no remorse. I'd be killing them left, right, and centre.
The trouble is, I think a lot of the fun comes from like the random adventures you can have with people.
No, if I got more gear than you, I'm popping you in the head.
Yeah, but
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. But the random adventures you can have with people is really fun. Oh, I meant to ask you. Someone asked me at work the other day if you got your money back from Duolingo.
My money back?
Yeah, because it automatically renewed for a subscription or some shit.
I don't know, bro. I use it every day.
Yeah, but then you buy like a year's subscription or something.
Yeah, but I'm fucking using it.
So you didn't get your money back?
No, I never asked for it back.
No, right, there you go.
I was gonna, and then I was like, oh no, actually, I'm gonna use it. So I'm currently learning 3 different languages.
Yeah. And the trouble is with that is I feel like I get really good at the app and not the language.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I used to use that Duolingo a lot, and yeah, I was just getting good at the app. I wasn't like
I say 3 languages. I started with Hungarian, and then sort of give up a little bit. And then Steph is learning French, so I thought, oh fuck it, I'll learn French with you as well. And then I googled what are like some relatively simple languages to learn, and Dutch was like number one because they share a lot of the same words with us. So I started learning that. Don't ask me to speak any of it because, like you just said, I know the app.
That's the problem.
But mine is I'm much better at reading the language than I am speaking it, which is because of Duolingo. I would be able to quite easily formulate a sentence if it was on a piece of paper in front of me. But actually, if you're verbally asking me stuff and then you want a response, you're going to be waiting about 5 minutes for me to get a sentence out while I figure out exactly what it is that I'm saying. But yeah, reading wise. But if you do it long enough, then I'm sure passively, you start to learn. It's got to go in one way, and I already know how to speak, so I just got to do it in some other gibberish.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I have learnt Spanish on that, and I can decipher Spanish. Couldn't speak it,
which I think is still a skill. It's still a handy thing to have. It's better than absolutely nothing.
Yes, Padre.
If you can read it, then even better. And then when we're fluent in these different languages, we can do what Mr. Beast does, where he puts all his videos out in different languages and hit more of a target audience.
Oh yeah, you think we're gonna record this same episode 3 times?
We'll dub it over.
Yeah, dub it, yeah.
We'll just dub it. We'll just have some other people that will just do it.
I'm up for that.
It'd be great.
So, next topic. DayZ is great, by the way. Cyberpunk. Haven't spoke to you about it.
That's all.
I see that you finished it, which was mental to me. And you said you got a bad ending or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won't spoil the ending.
Yeah. I finished it and I weren't happy with it.
But yeah, so you've done the main story. What do you think?
What a fantastic game. Do you know all the different endings?
Well, I'll tell you what ending I've got. You can tell me whether you got the same one. I don't know.
Go on.
I won't tell you what happens, but I went.
Well, no, you can say it. I think it's been long enough.
All right. Well, I went into space.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Okay. Well, I don't know what ending I got then.
Because I do know because I googled it. So the ending that I got was classed as the worst ending because it's premature. When you go to the Arasaka building to confront the woman, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll get the chip out of your head or whatever, and you can like refuse it or whatever." And then who's the fucking Victor? You go and see him.
The Ripper Doc. Yeah,
before you go to the tower, and you're in a bad way. And when he fixes you up, but then he says he's like, you're fucked. You ain't got long at all. He was like, there's nothing I could, because you're sitting there like crying, and you're like, is there anything like you must be able to fix me? He's like, there's nothing I can do to fix you. He's like, all I can do is this, and then points over to the table, and there's some pills and a handgun. So it's like that's your quickest way. And basically, I believe the pills allow Johnny to completely take over your body, and the handgun is obviously for putting a bullet in your head. And what happens, I went to the Arasaka building, spoke to the woman, basically told her to fuck off, come out the building, and then ended up going to a balcony somewhere, having a little chit-chat with old Johnny Silverhand. And then I put a bullet in my head. And I was like, what the fuck? I was stood up, I was talking to Steph, and I was while the cutscene was going on, and I was like, this ain't the ending. And then I just heard the gunshot. I didn't actually see it because I was talking to Steph. I heard the gunshot, quickly looked round, and then the screen was black, and I went, nah, surely not. And then boom, the credits rolled. I went, what the fuck? I said I had so much shit to do. So I googled it, and there it was like, it's called The Path of Least Resistance is the ending that I got, which makes perfect sense because rather than dealing with my issues, I just put a fucking bullet in my head. So it allows you to, you can either, it gives you the option to either continue the game, and you get to come back and do all the side missions and stuff like that, or you can just reload it to before you go enter that building, which is exactly what I did. And then I just started doing all the side stuff. Like at that point, I hadn't even fully fulfilled one of the love stories. So I've now shagged Pan Am.
She's the goat.
It's fantastic. And then I'm currently going for everyone else, putting all my eggs in all the baskets. And the amount of content that is in those side missions and those other stories is incredible. So yeah, I weren't happy with the ending that I got, so I said, all right, well, fuck that. Like I say, I looked up the endings, don't really know them, so I don't want to know any more about your ending other than going to space, which sounds cool. But so far, I think what I'm doing at the moment is I believe I'm in a storyline where I'm gonna be fighting Adam Smasher at the end of it.
Oh yeah, nice.
I think is what's going to be happening. So I've got old Silverhand's Porsche. I've unlocked that in the old container. It's a shit car to drive, I won't lie. It's not the fucking best.
I love that car. It's rapid.
It looks cool, but I found a fucking Bugatti Veyron before that, which is mega rapid. So yeah, there's just all this fucking content that I've missed out on.
You get his gun, old Johnny.
Sorry? Yeah. Got his gun, using
Love
that at the
his
moment.
gun.
That thing's fucking sick.
I see a thing the other day that said that a subtle thing that Cyberpunk does that you don't really realise, and I hadn't even realised till I read this, and it said that towards the end of the game, you literally are Johnny.
Yeah, you become him.
You're wearing his clothes, you're
Yeah.
driving his car, and
Yep.
you're using his weapon.
Mhm.
I didn't even realise. I was like,
Yeah.
that's so fucking
And you
cool.
start making the decisions like he would and all of that shit. And to see, because obviously there's a friendship level with Johnny, and when you actually start doing and focusing on the side missions and the side campaigns in this game, you really do notice a difference in the relationships that you have with everyone in this game. And it's like the Johnny that first invaded my fucking head to the Johnny that I've got now is completely fucking different.
Yeah, he's
But
cool,
so
man.
is V, and it's just I really like it. The Ripper Doc's cool. All the fucking little mods you can get. The weapons are fucking sick. It's somehow such a vast area to explore and not at the same time.
It's very dense.
Yeah, everything's very easy to get to, and there's just so much fucking shit going on. And my plan is to do all of the side missions, apart from the ones that, you know, when you hover over them and it says this won't have any impact on the game itself. I'll probably do them as and when, but I won't focus on them. But everything else, I want to do it before I go back to the Arasaka building, because I think if I do all of that, then it gives me the dialogue options to basically pick any fucking one that I want. So I'm going to get a different fucking ending, basically.
Yeah, I don't know what leads you to X, Y, or Z ending. I don't know what choices are made. There's a lot of side missions I didn't do because I wanted to wait until they really polished the game up, and then I was going to go and do them. So I've still got so many side missions. I barely touched them.
There's an ending where it requires you to have a certain relationship level with Rogue. There's one that requires you to have a full-on, like, 100% relationship with Johnny. A lot of it depends on that kind of stuff, or you would have had to have fulfilled this certain part of the campaign and done this with this side quest and blah blah blah. Some of them were quite in depth. There's a secret ending as well, which I did Google, and I think that was the one where you need to be like best friends with Johnny in order to achieve it, which my plan would be to do everything, save outside the building, go in, do an ending, and then fucking reload it and then do it again.
What's the crack with that samurai geezer? What's his name? Takimura?
Takamura.
What happened to him?
He's dead.
Yeah, because I see something that said you could save him, but I don't remember.
I didn't save him. He got crushed in a building.
I can't remember what happened to him. He was a cool guy.
He got crushed, didn't he?
I liked him. I was a fan of him. Did
Yeah.
you do the side mission with that River guy? River.
one?
He's like a police detective, man.
No.
That's a fucking cool mission. And there's another one where there's like you have to go to a farm or something, and there's been some weird shit going on. No.
I did one where I broke into one of the band members' mansions.
Yeah, I done that one.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Fucking crazy.
And you start rocking out again.
Yeah, up in the hills. that
Yeah,
one.
man.
Yeah, it's a fucking cool game, man. I'd say. I think it's severely underrated. It came out badly, granted, but underneath all that, there's a fucking masterpiece, really.
It's a very good game. The combat feels very good. Definitely got me pumped for the fucking DLC and the updates that they're bringing to
I'm
it.
more excited for the update than the DLC, but
Yeah.
all in one is just going to be nuts. To have like proper police chases and that, rather than commit an accidental crime. Someone runs out in front of you while you're driving, you hit them, and then all of a sudden there's police everywhere, and you're just like, what the fuck? They've just spawned. It's just silly. There's no way of like really getting away from them and stuff. But it was worse before that. That was like an update where they added the feds. It used to literally be drones.
Yeah, I remember the drones.
Fucking horrible. It was rubbish. As soon as anything happened, there was literally a drone above your head, like spawned in above you. And it's just like, I'm dead. It was terrible. But yeah, to actually have like star system and have max tac come in like they do in Edge Runners, and to spawn like mini bosses if you get a high enough star level, and just all that stuff will really flesh it out. To be able to shoot out your window in your car, they're gonna add that. Yeah, it's gonna be a completely different game. I can't wait for that.
It's so it's a game that I slept on 100%. I was very thrown off on its release.
You were burnt though, weren't you?
Yeah, whereas now, and also, playtime for the actual campaign is not long. It is not a long game. You're talking 20 to 30 hours if you want to do the main campaign. I think I am currently on hour 32. And I was at the Arasaka building at hour, I think it was 23, was when I was there. And that was with me doing some side stuff in between that as well. I didn't just beeline the main story. Like you said at the beginning, you can't differentiate between what's fucking main story and what isn't. You really can't. It all feels like the fucking same thing.
Top quality.
Yeah, really good game. Anything bad that I've said about Cyberpunk in the past, I redact it all. Because it's just they've done a No Man's Sky arc on this one, and they've really fucking sorted it out.
Did you get the Mantis Blades?
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah,
I fucking swapped them out with the Mantis Blades. Them things are fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
They're crazy. Just the ability to just fucking, and you can like charge people, like proper like jump on them and all that shit. Yeah, I've sort of I've gone from guns blazing to proper stealth aspects now.
Did you?
Yeah, man. I've sort of swapped up to stealth, which is a shame because I've like most of my talents and shit are spec'd into just straight up brute strength. Like any dialogue option that's there where you can use like intimidation, I can do it because I think my thing's like level like 16 or 17, something like that. So there's not anything where I can't like intimidate. So from a stealth aspect, I haven't really spec'd into the right stuff, but even then, just feels good, man. Feels very fucking good.
Yeah, I just rocked out with the fucking tended to be like an AR and a shotgun or something, and then I had my Mantis Blades and my samurai sword. And if I got close enough to anyone, they just got chopped into bits with the samurai swords or the Mantis Blades, where you can impale them and lift them up and
like cut them and shit like that.
Very fucking cool. But yeah, when they add all these new updates where all them 0.5% damage and all them are gone, and it comes down to new abilities and new skills, that's going to be fucking sick.
Yeah, that's
going to be exciting.
Those are shit. Right now, the gear doesn't feel impactful whatsoever. It's just got an armor fucking stat, which I can't really see it posing that much of a difference. And then the mods that you can attach to those bits of gear are wank. You know what I mean? They don't do anything. Half of my shit, I don't think half of it has any actual mods on them. Because they're also not very easy to come by unless you're fucking buying them all the time. So they're just not. They don't really add anything. A 0.5% to crit chance. I don't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that is irrelevant. So yeah, more abilities, please, and more cool visceral stuff. Because the clothes are all getting all their stats taken off, so they're just going to be cosmetics.
Yeah.
What did you do with that bird? You remember we spoke about from the beginning when you had to go and steal the robot to get into the building.
Oh, well, you said you had sex with her. I didn't, did I? I fucked her off in the alley.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it all kicked off and her bodyguard was giving it lemon. And I said, well, I basically was like, who the fuck are you? And then they showed me who they were and beat the shit out of me. And I didn't see her again. I think she's still a contact. I think I did do a couple of bits with her after.
She kept messaging me, telling me to meet her and stuff. So
yeah, no, she weren't wanting to meet. I think I did meet her one time after that, but I think I shut it down pretty quickly after that. But yeah, Pan Am, we had sex in that big old robot thing. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
With the cannons and shit.
I forgot about that.
And then it all fucking kicks off, and then you're like, oh, and then she's like, oh, come with us and blah blah blah. And And I feel kind of bad because I rung her up just to see how she was getting on because I was looking for dialogue options. And like I say, I think I'm at the end of the Pan Am storyline. And then sort of like being all sweet and everything, like I'll talk to you later. And then hung up on her. And then I phoned up fucking Claire or whatever her name is, started fucking having it off with her. And then you got fucking Judy as well, chatting to her. It's all fucking.
I was trying to play Judy and Pan Am.
Yeah, man.
Because I like Judy, but I think I fucked that up quickly. I'd done something, and she was like, "Don't talk to me."
No, I'm still good with all of them. You know, with all of them. Even Rogue as well, man. Because you go on a little date, don't you? Where Johnny takes over.
Oh, yeah. Johnny has the time of his life, doesn't he?
Yeah, man.
That's so funny.
And then there's fucking...
because he's like, I promise I'll give you back. And you're like,
yeah.
You get to choose whether or not let Johnny take over.
I just went, oh, fuck it, have him take over there. And then he gives him back. He's like, yeah, thanks for that. That was great.
He thought about not giving him back, though, didn't he, Johnny?
Yeah, of course he did. But Johnny's fucking in love with us. Johnny's all over.
Yeah, well,
us.
I'm excited to see more Johnny.
I can't wait to fucking bang up Adam Smasher because I know that happens. I know you fucking have a little scrap with him. And
I can't remember.
You can kill the motherfucker.
I can't remember how on scenario. I thought it was main story. I didn't realise that was a side quest.
That's
side quest.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
crazy, isn't it?
Because he's mad.
Like I say, when I put the bullet in my head, and it's quite sad because the credits roll and then it goes through all the people, all the contacts that you've got. And they're like saying how sad they are and stuff like that.
Really?
And they wish that you'd spoken to them and all that shit. Yeah, it's quite gut wrenching. And yeah, when the credits rolled, I said to Steph, I was like, "What about Smasher?" I was like, I see him for about fucking 5 minutes at the beginning of the game, and then that's it. I was like, no fucking chance, no way. There's nothing with Adam Smasher. So it's actually the Rogue storyline is where you.
Oh yeah, because Johnny hates him.
You're doing it for Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny despises him.
Yeah. So for Johnny and for Rogue, that's why you're getting rid of Smasher.
He's in Edge Runners, isn't he, Adam Smasher?
He is indeed. He is indeed. It's
There's a book coming out or has just come out for Cyberpunk, which is just before obviously the Phantom Liberty. So just before Phantom Liberty comes out, I'm going to get that because I like reading. And I love reading like things that are tied into computer games because it just builds out the world more.
Just have a quick look on the old Amazon now.
Yes, I think it's called like No Coincidence or something. But it's only recently came out, so I'll be getting that.
Yeah, Cyberpunk No Coincidence.
Yeah, that's literally come out this week or last week.
Audiobook.
So I'm going to get that on the Kindle and I'll have a read up of that before to get me right hyped up for it.
I could have it as a fucking audiobook, could I?
Yeah, of course you can.
Look at that. So I wouldn't even have to fucking...
You wouldn't even have to strain your little eyes.
Oh, you got Cyberpunk Blackout.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like comic-y
part
things.
Of the world of Cyberpunk.
But that's the first actual like game tie-in fucking thing.
It's £10 on the Kindle, or paperback is £8.27, or hardcover is £16.
Are you a reader?
Not really, but I try to. I say try. Steph will listen to this going, you ain't a fucking reader. I bought a book ages ago about a BMXer, and I did read through about half of that where he like signed it and all that shit. And then I sort of dropped off a little bit, but I feel like I've got like loads of World of Warcraft books where they like go through the lore and stuff like that, which I didn't mind flicking through when I got them. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've fucking read anything. But maybe a book surrounding fucking Cyberpunk might be the thing where I quite enjoy reading.
I love it. I think I've read like I know it's not a lot really, but I think I've read about.
Fucking old Conrod's ringing me. Innit? You have to wait, prick.
I've read about three books this year, I think.
Yeah.
But like I say, I just get them on the Kindle because you go on Amazon, click Kindle option, and then bang, open my Kindle and it's on there.
I think the last book I read was like Hungry Caterpillar or something like that.
No, man, I read the Assassin's Creed Valhalla book.
Yeah, I've got that. I think I've got that knocking out, or I've got some fat art book for it.
I read what other gaming books have I read? I read the Thrawn trilogy. I've read a samurai book. I've read I haven't read the Star Wars book because there's a Jedi Survivor book which tells the story between the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I was going to read that. Neuromancer was one that is cyberpunk, but not cyberpunk. I was reading that, but fuck me, that is a hard read. I can't.
What, boring was it?
No, not boring. Just hard to fucking understand what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't want to sound stupid here, but big words.
yeah, I know, I get you.
Do you know what I mean? There's some books where I'm just like, fuck me, I'm spending more time trying to work out what's
figure out the word.
The good thing about the Kindle is, when you're like reading, if you like hold your finger on it, brings up the dictionary meaning of it.
It tells you, yeah.
So you literally, so many words where I'm just like, what the fuck's that mean? I click that and I'm like, oh, okay.
We got set in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, one of the best-selling video games of recent years from acclaimed Polish science fiction writer Rafał Kosik. Sorry if I said that wrong. This electrifying novel follows a group of strangers as they discover that the dangers of Night City are all too real. In sparkling Night City, a ragtag group of strangers have just pulled off a heist, robbing a convoy transporting a mysterious container belonging to Militech. Oh dear. The only thing the group has in common is that they were blackmailed into participating in the heist, and they have no idea just how far their mysterious employer's reach goes, or the purpose of the artifact they stole. This sounds decent.
It's just, I just like reading because I get to read a bit on my lunch break. So, it gives me something to do rather than just scroll through.
on my lunch break.
Instead of just fucking, I haven't got TikTok, but just scrolling through, like-minded videos.
On my government-mandated lunch break.
Yeah. Rather than just scroll through Instagram Reels or whatever. I read something. It's more, bit more adult-y.
Hardback or paperback? It's not really that.
Paperback for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say hardback's a bit fucking.
If you're going to read it while you're popping about.
Only £8 for paperback. It's not bad,
No.
Oh, pre-order. When does this release?
I'll say it's not released then. It's very soon.
It is not.
It is. It's coming out before Phantom Liberty.
Well, paperback then isn't. When does it come out on? When does it come out then? Because paperback's telling me the 25th of July 2024.
Available instantly.
Oh, really? So fucking... Hold on, motherfuckers. I could have it tomorrow, hardcover, but if I want it paperback, I've got to wait till July 2024.
Oh, okay.
You fucking little fuckers.
That don't make no sense.
What's that? What's that for? So sure. Yeah.
It's already got
of course you can
reviews
muster up. Yeah, of course you can muster up the shit for hardcover, but paperback, no. Wait a year. You little fuckers. Let me add it to the basket anyway for later ons. Wow. Well, there you go then.
You're gonna get into the world of reading. I love it.
Yeah, I might do, man, because this game's very fun. It's not a slept on game. It's just I was burnt very hard, like many people.
I understand that.
Yeah, and it was an awful release. However, if you are listening and you was in the same boat as me and you haven't played Cyberpunk because of that, I absolutely urge you to go and spend the money. Maybe get the fucking Phantom Liberty bundle. And give it a crack, because it is not the game that I purchased on release. It's completely different. It's how it should be, and it's going to get even fucking better with the patches. I'm so happy that the silver lining to it is that I got burned so bad that Cyberpunk has not been anywhere near my fucking radar since it released. So I haven't been yearning for it. Much like how fucking Game of Thrones works, where I fucking watched it after it had all come out, so I didn't have to wait for a single episode. Same with this. I've played Cyberpunk when I've only got to wait a fucking month for a DLC to come out, as opposed to years for these patches and everything to come rolling out. I'm not one of the number ones.
I think you've done it perfectly as well, because now you're gonna be in the best position for both worlds, as opposed to playing it with Phantom Liberty, getting a bit confused as to what the DLC is and what part is the DLC that you've got, and just going, this is really good, to now seeing like, it's really good, but now I can see all these changes they've implemented. This is nuts.
I will have everything that I need to get done before the DLC comes out, and the time between doing that and the DLC releasing will be so short that it's not going to feel like that I've had this fat gap between playing and the DLC coming out. So with that, I should have even more notice of the changes that have been made. because I'll know it'll be still fresh in my memory what it was like playing it. So it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Very good. I'm very happy, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And that has been episode whatever the fuck this is. Quick one for the people listening. I haven't actually actioned it yet, but we got an email from Spotify saying that we can add all our Patreon shit to Spotify. So I'm going to have a little dabble with it, and you might be able to listen. This is for our fucking patrons, which they will be listening. We'll be able to hopefully put all of our Patreon episodes on Spotify, so you won't have to use the Patreon app to listen to the exclusives, which are £5 a month, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for all the support lately as well. Not Patreon, the pod's been popping off, man. The downloads have been crazy.
It's been decent.
It has been very good. I need to speak to you about. I'm thinking about another tier, but I don't want to wear our dirty laundry. So we'll see. There might be a new tier
smelly,
introduced.
skiddy laundry. But I don't want to air it.
I've got some ideas.
Yeah, go for it. All right. Well, we're going to have that little business meeting then. Catch us either next week or catch us on the fucking Patreon straight after this. See you later, everyone. Uru.
Uru.